Okay guys, today we're back to Southern Highlands master plan community right at the south tip of Southwest here in Las Vegas. I'm going to give you a tour of a property inside the Bluffs, which is a custom home community inside the Tuscans community. So it's a sub-community within a guard-gated community. I'll be meeting my partner Yvette and Emily, the listing agent there, to give you guys a tour of this exquisite Blue Heron home. Now we're going through the guard gate, and I really want to give you guys a preview of what the process is like to arrive at a guard-gated community. There's a total of 27 guard gate communities inside Las Vegas and Henderson, and the Tuscan is one of them. Hey, how you doing?
All right, where are we going?
Going to Villa Bellagio 11322. They always want to check for your ID to make sure you are who you say you are. You get added to the guest list by the owner of the property, so it's very secure. Now I want to give a quick shout out to Emily Sherwood, our fellow Sotheby's agent. That's an amazing listing agent, giving us the opportunity to tour her listing here inside the Bluffs. When we arrive to this property, you'll notice that the first floor, it appears to be a one-story home, but it's actually a two-story home with a subterranean living. Now we're at the second gate, and you will see that a code is provided to us to enter. Can't let you see the code. The property is the first one on the right as soon as you enter the gate, and it's a split driveway. So you have one driveway on each side, on the south and the north side of the property. Each driveway leads you into a two-car garage, and the entire house is shaped like a horseshoe. So let's go tour this property. All right guys, today we're inside the Bluffs, a guard double-gated community inside Southern Highlands. I'm going to give you guys a tour of this particular home built by Blue Heron. It's a full custom home, 11322 Villa Bellagio. And I'm also going to introduce you to my partner Yvette today, so stay tuned. You guys are going to want to see this. So this home particularly is unique because it's a single-story home, but yet it's a split level. So really, it looks like a single story. Your main living is on the single story, but you'll see once we walk in that there's actually a subterranean living that you go below the first story, because this property is technically built on a cliff. And as we arrive, you know, the usual arrival experience of having a kind of a buffer space of a courtyard is extremely attractive. People love to see that you have an outdoor space after entering into the front door, and I think that gives you an option of living kind of an indoor-outdoor living that you normally won't get on a traditional property. Let's go check out the inside, but before we do, I want to introduce you to my partner Yvette Chow.
Hola, bienvenidos a Villa Bellagio.
You know, I wanted to introduce you to Yvette because she is my wife and she's also my partner in the business. Why don't you tell us a little bit about you?
Sí, hola, soy Yvette Chow, partner of Jonathan Chow, like you mentioned. My main language is Spanish, as you can tell. I'm from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, and we do business globally, so it helps a lot when we speak several languages within the team.
Myself included. I mean, you probably know this already, but I am also bilingual. I speak Mandarin and English. So really, together, her and I combined, we do have a very broad reach in the market. And if that's something that you think you can benefit from, definitely don't hesitate to reach out. Now let's go toward this property.
Vamos.
Now this house is so meticulously taken care of. We're gonna respect the property and put some booties on, as you probably have experienced when you go see a very well taken care of home. The home is built in 2021. It's inside this community of total 43 homes. Now of the 43, 39 of them are built by Blue Heron. This particular model is a Topaz model. So when I say there is a model, because they do offer specific floor plans, you can say that, because they had to almost customize everything about this build because of this geographic location of being on the cliff. As most of you know, Blue Heron is known to have architecturally significant homes with very modern finishes, flat roofs, lots of edges. But because the location of this community inside Southern Highland, the master developer Gary Goet has a strict rule that all homes inside Southern Highland have to have this Tuscan or Mediterranean exterior. So the agreement was that they were going to build the Blue Heron home with the exterior of a modern Mediterranean style home, but then of course when you enter you have that very, very modern and contemporary look on the interior, just like you would expect on a Blue Heron home. So let's go check it out. When you walk in, this home I mentioned earlier is kind of a horseshoe style home where it's a directly mirror of each other if you cut it down the middle. One side have a primary bedroom and the other side have another ensuite, and each side have its own garage entrance with 2 separate garages. So I think my favorite part is always where?
The kitchen. So why don't we go take a look at the kitchen?
I like the kitchen because I like to eat.
He does. This is such a beautiful kitchen. I love how the double island, fits well the whole living space. And this view, can we talk about this view?
You can't, yeah, this is something that you can't get nowadays, right? Las Vegas is landlocked. You just don't have enough land to acquire to have a guaranteed unobstructed strip view. So you might have remembered my previous video when I mentioned a lot premium for a strip view home at Mesa Ridge was starting at $1 million, or it reached $1 million. And look, today we're now at $2 million inside Southern Highlands. So that just to tell you, it proves the point of the scarcity of land and land with strip view is just getting more and more scarce, and you're just gonna have to pay more of a premium to get in the future. So if you can find a home like this that's already built by a quality builder and an amazing view, that's where the value lands.
Well, let's go back and keep looking at this beautiful kitchen. Why don't you show me around? I know you've been here before.
Yeah,
this is my first time, so I want to take a look.
So the first thing that jumps out at me is this unique kind of structure of a double island. Now, usually a double island is an identical island size that's adjacent to each other that offers more counter space and storage area, but this one has this extra leg of a, would you call it like a breakfast nook?
Like a breakfast nook, I will say. I can see like the kids, having their breakfast while you're preparing their lunch for school, and they don't have to struggle getting up and down from the tall chair from here. So I think this is a great addition to any kitchen.
Have you realized why it's at this unique angle?
Because of the view.
Yes.
Right, this is the money shot. Yeah, this is incredible.
I would just sit here and drink my coffee all day, all morning, just look at this view. I notice obviously the coffered ceiling with the ambient lighting. I think that is such a nice touch because when you wake up early in the morning, you don't want to switch on all the lights. You just need a little bit of lighting, or if late at night you want to come grab a snack or have a nightcap. The ambient lighting really sets the mood, right?
Totally.
After dinner, you guys just want to hang out here.
And I love the appliances. Thermador, you have to have good appliances in this kind of home. This 100%. Is beautiful. Most people prefer gas. I do prefer gas. Some of them do the convection.
Convection, yeah. Wait, what are they called again? What is it?
Then we skip that
What was the one that we did at Mesa Ridge?
At Mesa Ridge.
An induction cooktop essentially is when I'm cooking with their induction specific pots and I end up moving it and accidentally place my hand here, it actually won't burn you because the heat follows the pot. Okay, so what about the butler kitchen? This is usually almost necessary on all custom and luxury homes, is in prep area for you can, prepare your food or have your typically appliances that you will see above the counter tucked away here.
Yes.
And you can leave that beautiful kitchen the way it should be for your guests to be impressed with the kitchen area. The tone of this house, the theme, the color, I think they've done a really good job. They kept everything very neutral, but yet it feels the substance, right? The darker gray with the wood grain and having the lighter countertop. Now this is matching the main kitchen area all the way to here. You do have another sink, you do have another microwave or oven, microwave in this case. So this path actually takes you to the primary dining. This is your formal dining room, which makes sense, right? It's about practicality when you're building a home too. It's not just how things appears to be, but it's about how you can make it functional. So having a main kitchen connecting a butler pantry and a prep kitchen that lead to a formal dining just works, because when you're hosting, you will be entering from there to bring your food and bring your drinks out here to present to your guests. And of course, you gotta have a centerpiece of a wine cellar in this house. How many bottles do you think this holds?
I will say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You can fit plenty of bottles here. I don't really know.
She doesn't have the math skills like I do.
Yeah. So can you tell us more about the difference? I always get confused. What's a wine cellar and a wine room? What's the difference?
Great point. So a real wine cellar should be temperature and humidity controlled, right? Because you are storing some very collectible wine and expensive wine that you need to make sure that that is well maintained, well controlled. Now, wine room, it could just be a place, a room that you dedicate for your wine collection that's not necessarily, for display, for, you know, in this case, the first thing I look for is there ventilation in this room? Is there AC units or particular units that you can tell it's providing temperature or certain control to the room? And I don't see it here.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't mean you can't add it, because you can always tap into the existing ductwork and you can actually run it to either an independent unit or the existing unit to create a temperature controlled room. So just to let you know that it can be done, and currently I don't believe this one is done, but needless to say, it's a beautiful, beautiful centerpiece. I love it. I think it's going to be very impressive for whoever visits this home. But we're back to the kitchen in the living room space. What do you see that jumps out at you here?
The view again, like, it's spectacular.
Yep, it's framed by 2 pocket doors, and it's symmetrical. I love, so part of the thing that I think in Blue Heron Home they do really well is they keep everything symmetrical in a way. It could be asymmetrical as well, but it just feels right. It flows well.
Right.
The design is very methodical, and I love that. This obviously fireplace is more of a modern touch. This is gas fireplace. You can change the ambient light. You can change a lot of its appearance, whereas a traditional fireplace you can't. That's kind of where most of the newer modern homes are leaning more towards. All right, one more thing that I think is worth mentioning, besides the view, obviously that's the focal point here, but the length, the size of this balcony. It's very rare you see a full length balcony, right? In this particular home, you have a full length balcony. It has its own tile work. It has railing, this, of course, spectacular view. So picture yourself having friends and family over on a day like today where it is middle of summer, but it's 66 degrees this morning. It was incredible. And we're out here just having a good time. You can have a couple of cocktail tables, right? Have bartender, some music going, and just watch the sunset. I mean, that is really why you want to embrace this type of property and lifestyle, because moments like that, it's irreplaceable. You won't forget. Obviously, the balcony does extend towards the other primary bedroom, which we can access on this way. But this is cool. You see we're on the main level, but it does drop down to the subterranean level, and it kind of gives you a preview of what's downstairs. This is an elevator. Now, didn't you always want to have an elevator in your house growing up? That was like the dream that you made it in life, is to have an elevator at your house?
Definitely.
There you go. You have it right there. But before we go back to the elevator, we're going to check out the primary living, the primary suite. Well, I think a lot of windows is the first thing I like to pay attention to, because giving in that natural light to a space, I think it's very important, especially if you have a view like this, right? But having the extra lighting from both sides of the house, both sides of the room, gives you that, the energy to, when you start your day, wake up in the morning, or when you end your day and see the sunset and relax in your primary room and read a book. That's kind of, that's how I see it. I noticed the reverse coffered ceiling where the edges are kind of hollow with the ambient lighting. Yet again, I think it's a very practical and methodical way to do that. Did you notice that primary bedroom has a pocket door?
That's really cool.
We're inside the primary bathroom now, and tell me, what do you think of this?
I love the double doors. This is so cool.
Yeah, we go in each on one side, and you use your hot water, I use mine.
Beautiful.
Dual sink, vanity, and you have a walk-in closet that's a wraparound. Is it? No, it's not a wraparound. Ooh, what's over there?
Oh no, this is his closet, definitely. Yeah, that's mine.
Oh, so that doesn't actually connect?
It does not.
Got it. All right. So this brings us to the garage entrance. This is your landing area where you have your laundry space, and this will be the garage. So it's a 2-car garage, epoxy floor, cabinetry, water softener. This is what I think it's really thoughtful, that they create 2 separate garages with their own entrance of the own wing of the house. So when you live here, you most likely have maybe your in-laws are with you, or maybe your adult kids, and they can arrive and go at their own will in their own side of the wing. So everyone is kind of split apart and can be adjoined when they want to go to the common area, living room, dining room, kitchen, which is what most people prefer anyways. All right, so that was the laundry area, and hey, what are you doing there?
I lost you for a minute.
So that's how the house works. This is on the half end of the house. The primary bedroom does link up through the closet towards the laundry of the garage entrance and then back out to the front entrance. So it does kind of all interconnect. But now we're on the south side of the wing, and to give you a tour of this hall, it's also very similar. Now, of course, don't forget you have a courtyard, interior courtyard with multiple entrances. You have the front door, the sliders,
doors,
to the formal
sliders.
dining.
Yeah.
And this is also the garage to the second wing, right? Also 2-car and nice clearance on the ceiling, so you can definitely put stackables in here if you want to put a couple of your collectible cars in here.
What's in here?
This is the second ensuite.
Oh, beautiful.
You have a walk-in closet, private entrance from the courtyard, and you have a full bath here.
I think it's so convenient when they have a separate entrance. A lot of people have nannies nowadays, right? Working families, husband and wife working all the time. So most people love having a separate room, but yet connected to the main primary home.
So there's a total of 5 bedrooms in this house. 2 of the primaries are upstairs where we currently are. And now we're gonna go downstairs to the subterranean floor, and there will be 3 bedrooms there. So as you guys know, I always try to avoid getting into elevators in homes just because you never know what's gonna happen. But should I do it this time? For you guys, anything. Let's try it. All right. Wish me luck.
Just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
Okay, that wasn't too bad. I was a little scared, but I made it. In case you were wondering, I'm on the first floor, by the way.
So we're now down to the ground level. So it's confusing, I know, but when you're in a split level home, that's kind of how it is. It's basically you're on the first floor and the basement, or the first floor now, and you were at the second floor. So right now we just call this the ground level, which is basement. And this is where you will see the common areas such as entertainment space like this, where they're using it as a kind of a billiard space on an over 20-foot ceiling height. And the surrounding is just basically the upstairs hallways. I think this is great for when you're entertaining, because you have guests up and downstairs that you can still communicate and chat and have fun with, without feeling like you got to walk over to the other room to talk to the other person. And then you see this floor has a total of 3 bedrooms on this floor. 1 is on my right hand side, and 2 of which is on this side. I'll give you a quick glance at what it is. This one is kind of cool because it also has a courtyard that gives you a little bit more privacy. It's almost like you have your own little patio, balcony style. A very sizable room. Personal entrance to get to the courtyard or the backyard, and you have a walk-in closet here with the full bath just behind you.
Wow, this is so nice. We have the big wet bar. It's not just like a bar, it's a full-on bar.
And this is bigger than some kitchens that we've seen.
And we have another one, wine room.
Yep.
Right?
Well, actually, notice there's a vent in there.
Oh, this is a wine cellar
So you can technically have temperature control in this room, so you'll be able to have more of your delicate drinks here.
Such as tequila.
Yeah. Is tequila really temperature delicate? Not really, right?
No, I don't think so.
You should know.
No.
You're from Jalisco.
No, it's not. Do you know, fun fact, that Jalisco, which is my hometown, it's the town that produces mostly all the tequilas that they sell in the whole world, I guess. Like maybe 90% of the tequilas are from Jalisco. So next time you are at a bar, you order a tequila, look at the label, and it will say Jalisco. And there's a beautiful town called Tequila Town, and it's just so much fun. You go and see all the haciendas. But anyways, let's go back to our tour.
No, that's actually more interesting than the house. I'm sorry to say that.
I'll tell you more next time.
This is just going to connect to the 3rd bedroom downstairs with a kind of a Jack and Jill bathroom. So when you are entertaining downstairs and guest needs to use a bathroom, you can actually go use this full bath here. That door can be closed. There's a secondary door that can be closed to separate that room and the bathroom area. Is there anything cool there that's in the bar?
Yeah, we have an ice maker, a mini bar, a mini fridge for all the beer.
But I love these. We call it the happy hour window. Because when you have your friends and family swimming and you want to have someone here, there's always somebody that's prepping the food or getting the drinks ready, right? So instead of them having to bring everything out, they can actually just hand it out to the bar. Hand it out to the bar. That's what we call it, a happy hour window. All right, let's go check out the backyard, which I think this is quite unique because you felt like the upstairs balcony could be almost the size of a yard, and you have that spectacular view. But then you have this, almost triple the size in the balcony upstairs. You have a beautiful PebbleTech finish pool. This pool is unique by itself because it has this T-shaped kind of shallow water feature area. So they have a little platform here through the water feature and connecting to the jacuzzi. So you can actually have nice little kind of an intimate space for when you're just relaxing in the jacuzzi, because this area has kind of walled off and still have sunlight exposure. And then if you want to get out to the big opening space for the swim, you have water feature wall right there that's currently not on, but as you can tell, this could be a really, really relaxing and entertaining space to be in. So you have view fencing here, but the beauty of having lush landscape is you can build your own privacy wall through your vines, and this is the case, right? Instead of worrying about people looking into your yard because you have view fencing, you have these vines that's creating a natural green wall to give you maximum privacy. What a beautiful day to be out. Should just jump in the pool. I hope you guys enjoy this tour. This is a very beautiful home, again by Blue Heron Builder, which is very renowned here in Las Vegas. And the reality is this, we have the ability of speaking different languages and understanding cultural differences so that we can best represent our clients. Whether it's a seller or a buyer, we have the highest probability of getting the deal done because of these elements. So we hope that you enjoy this tour and continue to follow us through the journey of touring different unique properties here in Las Vegas.
If you like the video, just leave some comments. This was my first video, as you can tell. And if you have any needs, just please feel free to reach out to us. Hablamos español.
我也会讲中文，所以任何时候有需要帮忙，跟我们说。Until next time, see you guys.
Gracias por acompañarnos. Hasta luego.
Bye.
Bye.